Welcome bitches, one and all, to my reaction to Season 3, Episode 3 of Love Victor, The Setup. So last time we ended off on a bit of a sad note for Victor and Benji. Benji came to Victor's door and explained that they would need to break things off so that Benji can take time alone to heal, which, like, 100% respect that, and I'm so fucking proud of Benji for just putting so much effort into this whole rehab thing and trying to get better. It's just bloody incredible. I'm really proud of him on that front. But yeah, it's still sad for Victor and I do really feel for him, but I have a good feeling about this. I have a good feeling. I hope that Benji takes this time, gets to a better place within himself, so that they can be a better couple together, because I do truly feel like they are endgame in this show. So yes, with that said, very excited to get back into it and to see where the story goes. So without further ado, let's go.
Benji and I just broke up and I'm still really sad about it.
He didn't even put product in his hair today. That doesn't say gay depression, I don't know what does.
Oh my god.
I'm not ready to date anybody new yet.
Completely understandable.
Understood.
Well done, Victor. Set your boundaries. But also, I'm really happy that the previous vicar, is that what they're called, didn't turn Isabel away from her faith, because that would have been really sad.
So I promise I wasn't eavesdropping, but I heard you both say that you have a gay son.
He's actually the reason we came to the church. We wanted a place where he would feel welcome.
Well, you found it. Our son Nick is gay too, and
Please don't tell me they're about to set them up. Please. He just set his boundaries.
Is he single?
Isabel, he just set his boundaries.
I know. We always talked about being roomies, but I always figured it would be during a semester abroad in some cramped apartment.
hell
room,
yeah.
taking care of hot Italian brothers.
or a brother and a sister.
I was actually concerned, like, not out of, like, there being anything wrong with Mia, but I was concerned that Lake's mum wouldn't say yes simply because, like, it's a hard thing. Like, when someone says, can you just look after my child? That's a lot of responsibility. So I was a little bit concerned, but hell fucking yeah, they moved in. Boom.
Pizza tonight?
One slice is an hour and a half on the elliptical.
Oh, for God's sake.
You sure you guys are gonna be fine here on your own?
I will say, though, her outfit, that is sexy.
Save me one of those masks, okay? They discontinued my favorite skin cream because apparently pandas are endangered.
Okay. Love the outfit, not the person in it.
Wow.
Oh my god, it's his mum. I didn't even recognize her. Go off, hun.
I'm very happy.
Good happy or splatter painting the appliances at 4 in the morning happy?
But I still think that oven looked pretty cool.
Okay.
Aw. I'm glad that we're getting more Felix than his mum.
I met someone, a very sweet man named Stuart.
Ooh.
Wow, that is so great.
No. Felix is gonna have issues. Yep.
I'm seeing him tonight. I want you to come and meet him. Bring
Only, not issue, the only concern I have out of all of this is I find that it happens to a lot of people, but she seems to be having, like, how do I word this? Her mental health issues are obviously a lot more advanced than some other people in the world. But I find that with a lot of people, when you have a deep, like, spout of depression, when you have a high anxiety day or something, the next day or the coming days after, you tend to be a bit hyperactive and you tend to, like, be riding the high of the happy wave to the point where you start doing everything. So I'm a little concerned that that's where she's at right now. Like, she's feeling happy, so she's literally doing every single thing that she can, and then she's gonna have a drop and it'll all go to shit. Do you know what I mean? It's just, that's my only concern right now, just for her and Felix's sake. But if this is truly a new woman, and if these meds and the psychiatrist is truly getting her to a point where she's healthy and happy permanently, then fucking hell, go for it, love. Live your life.
Who am I even looking this good for? Okay, that was funny.
It was. I laughed. I laughed, Raheem.
I get it. Breakups suck. Or at least so I hear. I've never actually dated anyone before.
That's awkward. This is awkward. This is so awkward. I don't... Ugh.
Someone just posted about your former boo on Creek Secrets.
What?
Bender Benji's holiday ski trip was really a secret jaunt to Rehab.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Do you think he knows? Like, maybe I should go see if he's okay.
Oh, that's so fucking mean. Like, if you know that someone's had to go to rehab, why is that something that you joke about? They've obviously got a problem. You should try and be understanding, you twats.
I just saw Victor, but I'm not supposed to talk to him.
Don't kill the messenger, but I have another cloud to add to your shitstorm.
Yeah, here we go. How's he gonna react?
Who do you think posted it?
I only told you and Victor, but I did say he could tell his closest friends.
Uh-oh. Raheem? I don't think it's Raheem, but obviously Benji thinks it's Raheem, which is going to cause a big issue. It's so frustrating because the whole reason that Benji broke up with Victor was so that he could have his alone time and try and heal. But now that this has all come out, that's kind of been thrown to the fan. Because, like, what can you do? Everyone knows, everyone's going to make fun of you for it. So it's always going to be on your mind and it's always going to cause emotional distress, which is exactly what he doesn't need. So, fuck, you know?
Okay, so about girls' night.
Oh no.
Lucy and I were thinking, since my mom's gone, we might, you know, have a different type of girls' night.
Oh.
I'm so sorry, Mia. I hate to cancel our plans.
Stop. I totally get it. Yeah, I'll hang with this one.
I feel like this is a very unique thing to gay relationships where it's very easy, even in straight relationships, to see someone hanging out with their girlfriend or boyfriend more than they used to hang out with you, because obviously that's just how it works. They're going to be a big part in their lives now, so they're not going to have as much time to spend with you. But I think it's even more so when it comes to gay relationships, because Mia is literally seeing Lake find another girl to hang out with all the time. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be another insecurity added onto that. So, this... I feel really bad for them in this scenario, but when it comes to getting into a relationship and then still keeping your previous relationships with your friends, you need to make sure you dedicate that time, because if you don't, then these relationships are going to crumble and you're not going to have a friend by the end of the day. So fingers crossed that doesn't happen.
This is your first time, right? Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I had some questions, but talked about it with Lucy, and now we're good.
Well done, Lake. Proud of you.
Stop picturing it.
I am only human.
We just didn't need that. We just didn't need it, did we?
Your father and I met a lovely couple at church the other day. And guess
Here
what?
we
They
go.
have a son your age who's gay.
Who's also coming to dinner?
Oh my god, you didn't.
We did.
For fuck's sake, Isabel. He set his boundaries.
I'm with Victor. This whole thing is messed up. And in support, I'm blowing off the center and going out with my friends.
Wait.
Okay, Pilar. Okay, sure.
Hey. Lucy, thanks for having us. Yeah,
Good to see you.
The immediate look up and down. All right, mate. Oh, God. What's this interaction about to be?
Seriously?
Benji. Play nice.
How about a double shot? So you can have enough energy to blow up someone else's life.
Here we go.
I would never, ever write something like that.
Right. Because you have so much honor. Except when you're kissing other people's boyfriends.
I don't know how I feel about that. It's been so long since I've seen season 2 that it kind of skipped my mind that Raheem was kissing Victor when he was still with Benji. But I don't know that you could necessarily say that. I think Victor and Raheem are both to blame in that scenario in terms of Victor and Benji still being together and not blowing things off to then explore things, if you get what I mean. But with how Victor was talking about Benji and with how Victor was behaving towards Raheem, I don't think you can put a lot of this on Raheem for kissing Victor. Like, Victor was giving him so many signals that it's just like, I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a real tough one, but I don't think that Raheem had anything to do with that Rehab post. If he did, then Raheem may have shared the information with the wrong person and they did that. But even then, I don't think that would have happened either. Maybe someone just overheard.
The last guy my mom was with was my dad, and when they split, she spiraled hard.
Aww.
I just don't want some random guy undoing all of her progress.
Yeah. Completely understandable.
Thank you for meeting us here, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys get to know each other a little bit more, and I'm gonna go get our cakes and we'll get...
Oh, I hate that. If my mum ever did that to me, I'd be so pissed off. I'd be like, how dare you walk away on our first seconds of seeing each other?
Who hasn't had a smidge of depression here and there?
You know, I wouldn't call it a smidge. You know, it almost makes it sound cute.
Felix, Felix, Felix. You can't come in guns blazing. You need to tone down the hostility, or you're just going to cause issues for yourself here, and you're going to upset your mum by not being so open with this guy. I do get it, though. It's coming from a sense of love and trying to protect his mother. But at the end of the day, even though she has struggled a lot mentally, she is a grown woman. And this is something that she wants to do in her life. Obviously, she wants to date. So many people in the world would at her age. So I think that you need to give her some leeway and allow this to develop, but still be there for her if things start to go a bit rocky. Do you know what I mean? If you come in this guns a-blazing to every single guy that she meets, you're gonna, one, either turn them away or turn your mother away and upset her, which is the exact thing you don't want to do.
In this class of healing energy, do they teach how to force feed someone toast when they're unwilling to eat?
Felix!
Felix, stop it.
Okay. He's ready to get their cake cut by.
Felix, for fuck's sake, bro.
I guess she's busy with Lucy.
Well, what's going on with you? Are you jealous of Lucy?
No.
Yes, 100%.
When she was dating Felix, she needed a girlfriend to talk about him. But with Lucy, her girlfriend is the girlfriend.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a different vibe. It's a different, like, relationship mechanic.
Hey, sorry it took me a minute to get ready. It's worth the wait.
Oh, God, the flirt is on.
I kind of just recently been going through like a pretty bad breakup, and everyone's like pressuring me to move on, but I just don't know if I'm ready to yet. Well, I don't know. Maybe everyone's onto something.
You're a little charmer, aren't you?
I'm such an idiot. Mom, I totally forgot to bring the pie. I can just run out and go get another one. Victor, would you want to come with?
What a cheeky little charmer. Damn, go for it, Victor. I don't know why I'm so down with this so quickly. Oh, right. Let's pause and talk about that before we get into this. Yeah, I don't know why I'm so down with this. I think the reason I'm so down with this is because I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Like, genuinely. I don't think, say we get to the final episode of the season, I still think that Victor and Benji are going to be together by the end of it. I think that this is more of a, like, Victor going through a breakup, which we haven't really had before, because in season 2, it wasn't like he was going through a breakup. He was just having issues in the relationship. This is the first time that Victor has truly had a set in stone point from Benji, being that we are not together anymore. So Victor is fully able to explore things. And I think that's what this is. I think he's going to find a good friend by the end of the day. Same with Raheem. But I don't think that this is going to be a new relationship. And if it is, I'll be fucking annoyed, because they literally did that last season. So I'm hoping it isn't, but I guess we'll see where it goes.
Is it okay if we get under the covers? I'm a little self-conscious about my thighs.
Oh, babes.
I love your thighs. Yeah, for me, it's my arms.
Oh my god, your arms are beautiful and
Look at this affirmation right away. Honestly, when we found out that this was like a possibility at the end of season 2, I was shooketh to my core. I'm so happy.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I am just going to run to the bathroom, so I won't have to get up later and kill the mood.
Okay, sure. I guess. What's she actually going to do? Is she going to go talk to Mia, or does she actually like need a moment alone because she's feeling self-conscious? Like, what is this like?
Raheem, I am so behind on calc right now. It's not even funny. I really don't have time for some half-assed apology.
Because I'm not here to give you one.
Nice. Get him, Raheem.
But I did backtrace the username of the person who did post about you. And it's that senior kid, Jonah.
Apparently
Who?
he had a cousin in rehab with you.
Oh, okay.
I did kiss your boyfriend at a wedding, and I thought you two were maybe over, and for that I'm very, very sorry.
Nice one, Raheem.
Thanks.
Obviously, it's completely understandable why Benji is a bit hostile with Raheem, but I do remember in season 2, my issues with Raheem were not that he was basically making Victor cheat or any shit like that, or that he was kissing someone who had a boyfriend or stuff like that, because there was such hostility between Benji and Victor that in my mind, towards the end of season 2, they were over. That's just where I was in my head as well. So that's why I'm struggling a bit here to understand, because I get Benji's feelings, and I get that Benji would be upset over this because, like, at the end of the day, Raheem did kiss his then boyfriend. But I don't know. A part of me can't understand it because of where Victor and Benji were at the time. So I think that Raheem even coming here and saying sorry, like, genuinely, that's a very good thing of Raheem to do. And I think that you can't really ask more of that. You know what I mean? Like, there's not really much more you can ask for. I kind of repeat myself there, but you know what I mean.
I'm not your enemy, Benji.
Well, you're not my friend.
Oof. You've done your part, Raheem. You've tried your hardest. It's just the problem is, if Victor and Benji do get back together, Raheem and Victor are quite good friends. So, like...
For not here to get pie.
Oh, Victor. Really? Okay. Okay, I guess. That was quick. Victor is not used to this.
It's like, I could ignore it.
I'll take it. I'm gonna focus on my shrink.
Oh, Lake, is she having like a panic?
It was totally on and I blew it. Everything was fine and then the clothes started coming off and I panicked.
Yeah, understandable.
What if I'm terrible at sex with her and screw everything up?
Oh my darling. I think everyone goes through this. Because like, someone wants to talk about it. I think that there is a key difference here between queer relationships and straight relationships. Specifically, queer relationships that involve two people of the same sex with the same body parts. Because I find that if you are of the same sex, you are going to judge yourself compared to your partner because you are literally, you have the same parts, and Lake's gonna feel a lot more self-conscious over how she is performing compared to her partner when her partner is also a girl. Do you know what I mean? Am I making sense? I know, I feel like this is a thing in queer relationships that it's a lot easier to judge yourself compared to your partner when you are both of the same gender. Do you know what I mean?
You know what you like. Just start with that and check in with her. And if all else fails, you can do what I do with Andrew and kiss her on the cheek and say, now you do whatever you want to me.
Oh, Mia.
Thank God for you.
Call me later and tell me how it goes, okay?
Duh, bitch. I love you.
Love you.
I love that not only because she helped Lake, but because Lake inadvertently helped Mia's peace of mind by knowing that they are good.
I know you're coming from a good place, but you're acting like my dad.
Oh.
So overprotective and scared of anyone ever trying to hurt me that he doesn't let me live my life.
I like this. I like that Pilar's been able to realize that.
You have to let your mom live, Felix. Even if you're scared of her getting hurt.
I'm really loving the way that this season is going so far. Not only because I love the character growth that we're getting, and obviously each episode we're seeing our characters advance so much in their relationships. The other thing that I'm really enjoying is that at times it can feel a bit unrealistic, but I appreciate the amount of advice. Does that make sense? Like the amount of advice that everyone is giving each other in this show, the good communication, the growth as human beings that they are giving each other. I just am really loving it this season. I do find that at times it's quite basic advice, and it a lot of the times feels like they're trying to tell the audience, like, look, when this happens, this is how you should handle it. Do you get what I mean? But I think with a show like this and something that's designed for a teen audience, I think that it is very important to have these kind of concepts shown, and it's going to help a lot of people out, like watching this show and understanding not only other people, but themselves as well.
It's insane. I've never done anything like that before. Here, do I look okay?
Did they just make out, or did they do more?
Okay. Take that.
I was going to say, how long have they been out?
Okay, I'm dying to know. What did you think of him?
I thought he was great.
Good.
I am scared that Felix has scared the guy off. I hope he hasn't, but he was very abrasive.
Are you gonna see him again?
Probably, yeah. You got lucky. Okay,
Right. My concern with all of this is, I'm concerned that Victor's going to catch feelings when this guy doesn't want to. Do you know what I mean? Because we haven't actually had a confirmation as to what this guy is looking for. It could just be that he just wanted to hook up and that's it. So I'm a little concerned on that front, but who knows? We'll see where it goes. But like I said, at the end of the day, I feel like this season's going to end with him and Benji together anyway. So watching this, it's a bit like, yay, I'm happy that Victor's exploring himself and exploring his sexuality and just having fun. But I don't see it going anywhere. But I don't know. We'll see.
When you came out to us,
We going into it?
I just feel like I have so much to make up for.
Just be my mom. I don't know, ask me how I'm doing when I had a shitty day.
How are you?
Honestly, I'm not too great.
Oh, good. Open and honest.
I can't stop thinking about Benji. All I want to do is just be there for him, but he won't even look at me.
Oh, my boy.
And on the other hand, hanging out with this new, fun, cute guy did feel really good.
You just got to do what's best for you, mate. Honestly.
Even if it's meant to be with Benji, doesn't mean that it's meant to be now.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
If we had had the time to grow and stretch on our own when we were younger, then maybe we wouldn't have had to find out who we are as single people.
Yeah.
Or 40 years old.
That is exactly how I feel in life in general. When you look at, I feel like I don't have the data to support this, but I feel like couples that get together when they are a lot younger, like 16, don't last as well as couples who get together later in life. Because if you're at that key point in life where you're growing as a person, but you're doing it with someone else, you kind of learn how to deal with situations having someone there. If you take that person away and you're on your own, do you know how to deal with certain things? Do you have the tools to do it if you haven't had to do it before because you've been with someone? Do you know what I mean? I feel like you need to be single at certain points in your life just to explore yourself. If not single, then have one of those magical relationships that are so perfect to the point where you both understand your personal space and you both understand that some things you have to do on your own. I think that those relationships are rare, which is why I've always said that it's good to be single at like this stage in life. But I don't know. Once you find the one, you find the one. Do you know what I mean? And you got to live life for yourself and live life to be happy. That is my motto. Ah, so happy to see these two like mend their relationship.
Morning. I don't want to interrupt, but I brought breakfast.
Mia.
I heard you and Like used to practice kissing in the 7th grade.
We should agree. No, we promised not to tell any boys. Okay, fine. But it stays between the three of us.
Hey.
I love this trio. I was about to say he's cute, and then we had the obligatory shirtless picture. Not just shirtless picture, in underwear picture. We should have more fun soon. Okay, Victor. Okay. Oof. 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 Oh, Benji. I do feel for Benji, though. It wasn't like he was breaking up with Victor because he wanted to be alone. Oh, no. Oh, no. Like, what can Benji do? He can't ask for another one. That's so awkward, bro. That is so awkward. So yes, that was season 3, episode 3 of Love, Victor. We had some big developments for our couples this episode. Let's start with Victor himself. I talked about it a second ago, but the main point that I wanted to get across was that when you are together with someone in a couple, in those key stages in life where you're growing, for instance, in your early 20s, your late teens, those years are very, very big for people, in my opinion at least. I know that myself and my friends that I've talked to, when we were, like, it's like every single year you get so different. Between 16 and 17, completely different. 17, 18, completely different. If I look back to my 18-year-old self, I would not even recognize him. I wouldn't recognize him at all. I'm a completely different person. And I just think that if you are in a couple in those formative years, you learn to cope with certain things in life and you grow in certain ways dependent on that person. And I don't think that that is necessarily a good thing. I think that we are born into this world alone and we need to learn how to live alone before you go to look for someone else. I think that if you get into a couple feeling like you're missing a half of yourself. You know that old saying where it's like, you're the other half of me. It's cute and I get the romantic side of all that, but if you go into a relationship looking for your other half, I think that it's not a good idea. I think you need to be your whole self. You need to be a fully formed person who, yes, everyone struggles in life. I'm not saying you need to be a perfect human being to get into a relationship, because that will never happen. But you need to be able to stand on your own. You need to be able to live life single before you get into a relationship. Am I making sense? I hope I am. But my point is that I think it's going to be good. It's literally what I was saying at the end of season 2. I want Victor to be single so that he can grow as a person. Being, like, coming out and being in a relationship the second that he came out, I think was a bit of an issue because it held him back from exploring himself and his sexuality because he was already in a relationship. I think that he needs this time alone, and I'm happy that Benji has given him this time. Now, speaking of Benji, I do feel bad for Benji. I don't think that, like, Benji didn't do any of this out of wanting to break up with Victor. He didn't break up with him because he was bored. He didn't break up with him because he didn't like him anymore. He still loves Victor, but he needed this time to grow because of his rehab, and he needed to try and heal. So it's a bunch of shit for Benji at the end of the day, because none of this is what he wants. He didn't ask to have an alcohol problem. He didn't want to break up with Victor, but it's what he's been given. So I don't know. I just feel genuinely so bad for Benji, but I'm not going to let that hold Victor back. I'm not going to want Victor to not see anyone. I'm not going to want Victor to wait for Benji, because he doesn't deserve that. He needs to be able to live his life. Now, the other person in all of this, Rehab, I feel bad for Rehab in a different way. I feel bad for Rehab because he didn't get to be with Victor at the end of the day anyway, but I also feel bad for Rehab because Victor gave him so many signals at the end of season 2 to make him want to kiss Victor. Like, it genuinely felt like Victor and Benji were over. So having this, like, dark cloud over him, Rehab, about kissing someone who was in a relationship, I feel really bad for him, because I kind of feel like, it feels like Victor almost gaslit Rehab into thinking that it was okay. Do you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to put all the blame onto Victor as well, but I feel like Victor is more to blame for Rehab thinking that things were over than Rehab is for kissing Benji. Than Rehab is for kissing Victor. You know what I mean? But yeah, now this new guy, I don't actually know his name. I should probably look it up if I'm going to be talking about him. Okay, Nick. His name is Nick. I don't know why, but Nick just fits that guy so brilliantly. But yeah, so I don't know where things are going to go with Nick. I feel like I'm going to be annoyed if this is turning into a relationship. Not because I'm just not wanting Victor to be with anyone but Benji or any shit like that. I'm annoyed if it turns into a relationship because I want Victor to be alone. I've literally just had a whole fucking run about wanting Victor to be alone so he can grow as a person. So if they genuinely, the show itself, if they genuinely go and make him be in a relationship this quickly again, I will be really pissed off. I hope that this is just a fling and it's just two people having fun. And then by the time we get to the end of the season, Victor's grown a lot and him and Benji are ready to be together. That's where I hope we're going to end up, but we'll see. Nick himself, I'm worried for Victor because I'm scared that Victor thinks that this is going to be going somewhere. I'm scared that Victor is going to be looking at this as a potential relationship because I don't think that's what this is. I think that Nick was just looking for a fling. Nick was just looking to have some fun. And I don't know how Nick is going to respond to Victor's message because Victor's message was actually very flingy. It was very friends with benefits vibes. It was just like, I enjoyed the fun that we had. Shall we have fun again? So I don't think that you can take it from that message. I assume he's going to reply to that. It's where things go from here. Because I feel like if they keep seeing each other, Victor's going to catch feelings and Nick's not going to want that. But I don't know. I'm speculating at this point, so we'll see. But moving on from them, other key relationships we had this episode, we had Lake and Lucy exploring themselves, exploring each other. And I really liked it. I really liked the way that this went. I liked the relationship dynamics between Lake and Mia. And I love how they used that phone call to not only reassure Lake into being with Lucy, but to reassure Mia about her friendship with Lake as well. Because obviously Mia was feeling very threatened by Lucy and feeling like their relationship was kind of going to shit. But the fact that Lake called Mia out of anyone, like, this is the way I've always viewed it. It's hard when you see friends get into relationships because they don't spend as much time with you anymore, especially a best friend, because you kind of feel like your relationship is put to the sidelines, but you have to see it that at the end of the day, the person that they're with is going to be the closest person in their life. It's just a fact. It's how it is. But you are still their best friend. You are still the person that they will go to for so many issues unrelated to their relationship. But I think that it's naive to think that someone's going to get her into a relationship and they're going to spend more time with you. Do you get what I mean? Like, it's just not the way. You should want your friend to be happy. And if them being in a relationship and being with this person is them being happy, then go for it. But on that, the person in the relationship needs to make sure that they are still giving time to their best friend, or else that relationship is just going to crumble. Now, moving on from them, we had Felix and Pilar and Felix's relationship with his mum. I did really appreciate this, and I appreciated the lines that they drew between Pilar's relationship with her dad and Felix's relationship with his mum, because it's overprotective. It's people who, they're being so protective and being so weary of people that their loved one interacts with that they don't let them live. And at the end of the day, both Pilar and Felix's mum are human beings in their own right, especially Felix's mum. Like, she's dealt with a lot. She's had some major mental health issues, and I'm so proud of her for where she is right now. But it's completely understandable why Felix would be so defensive and so protective of her. But he has to let her live. She is a grown woman at the end of the day, and she's allowed to explore being in a relationship with someone. If she wants that, let her have that. You can't hold her back. And him being like this, I did get a little bit scared that he might have scared the guy away, but I don't think he did. The way that Felix's mum was talking, it sounds as if she's already talked to the guy after and like they're all good. So hopefully from here, even if it's not him, hopefully from here, Felix can be supportive of his mum and let her find a relationship that works for her and someone who is going to treat her right, because she deserves it. But yes, with that said, that was episode 3 of Love, Victor. Loving where the season is going so far. I'm a bit weary and I will be annoyed if Victor and Nick get into a relationship because of the many reasons that I've just said, but that's speculation at this point. They just seem to be having fun right now, so fingers crossed that's the way it stays. But yes, with that said, thank you very much for watching. I've left a link down below to my Patreon. We're able to find the early and uncut reactions to Love, Victor and all the other shows that I do. I've also left a link to my Twitch, my Discord, and my socials, so be sure to follow them if you are interested. And Jess, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.